So the Steam Summer Sale is officially in full swing, and I wanted to take a minute and highlight some of the best deals and the greatest games for your Steam Deck. Now, these are games that either myself or my close circle of friends have downloaded and played on deck. Do note that these games will be linked in the description, and they are not affiliate links. These are simply games that we enjoy playing on the Steam Deck. Also note that this list is ranked in order of percentage off, so stick around to the end for the absolute best deals. Alright, first on my list is Animal Well. This is the first title from publisher Big Mode, and it's a hell of a first impression. Animal Well is a meticulously crafted Metroidvania that doesn't insult your intelligence with overbearing hand-holding. In fact, it just lets you explore the world at your own pace and figure things out on your own. If you're into Metroidvanias, Animal Well comes with my highest recommendation, and it's currently 10% off. Next up, we have Balatro. At 10% off, this roguelike spin of poker is absurdly fun and addictive. The goal of the game is to play valid poker hands while incorporating unique Joker cards to power up and defeat your opponents, and there's a lot more to it as well. It's got an overwhelmingly positive rating on Steam, and it's one of the best games to play on Steam Deck in my opinion. So here's Emily with a few of her recommendations.
The 2023 Game of the Year, Baldur's Gate 3, is a steal at 20% off. Experience the action and adventure all on your Steam Deck. The game plays well on the device, plus you can still download and utilize mods without sacrificing the handheld experience, which I certainly have done. So strap on your sword, gather your supply packs, and recruit your companions. Coral Island is like Stardew Valley at the beach, with way more mermaids. Though this farming sim is still kind of developing, it's not fully completed, what it does have to offer is wonderful. The game features a diverse cast of characters, with some of the most charming character portraits I've ever seen in any game. Coral Island has very positive reviews, and at 20% off, the game is well worth the price. If you like Animal Crossing New Horizons but wish there was more you could do on a daily basis, then Disney Dreamlight Valley is here for you, and it's 25% off. I love playing this game because not only is the character design adorable, I also find it very soothing, and it definitely heals my inner child.
Alright, next up, I couldn't make this list without talking about my game, Dudelings Arcade Sportsball. It's the first game from my company, Heavy Element, and it's a mashup of Pong and Foosball, where you control one of the neutral Dudelings at the bottom of the screen at a time. You can cycle through them and make them jump and dash to manipulate the ball. You score points and punctuate a victory while collecting power-ups along the way. With multiple game modes to spice up the action and a massive update launching in mid-July, which is now an open beta by the way on Steam, it's a fun multiplayer experience, and I am a little biased, but I highly recommend it. It also has a killer soundtrack. The deluxe edition, which includes the soundtrack, is 28% off right now on Steam. Elden Ring is the OG Steam Deck game as far as I'm concerned. It was the first AAA game released after the deck hit the market, and both Valve and developer From Software supported our favorite handheld hardware like champions. Elden Ring was proof positive that there was more to the Steam Deck than just the hardware, that Proton was the king among kings, and now Elden Ring is 30% off. Elden Ring is a game written by George R.R. Martin, and it holds to the tough-as-nails tradition of its From Software forebearer, Dark Souls. So now that we're halfway through the list, I'm curious if there are any games that you think are worth purchasing during the summer sale. What are your favorite games for Steam Deck? Feed the engagement monster and sound off in the comments below. And while you're down there, why not like that smash button? It's the best way to tell YouTube you want to see more videos just like this. You can also subscribe to my email newsletter using the link in the pinned comment. My next email is going to have a sneak peek at our next game, so get signed up so you don't miss that. Alright, let's get back to the list.
Jackbox Party Pack 7 is here with 40% off, featuring 5 new games. I love playing these party packs with my friends and family. Gardner and I went down to visit my dad's last summer, and let me tell you, I saw a whole other side of my father's sense of humor in just one game of Quiplash. I did not think he was going to make those jokes.
No. I was skeptical of Spider-Man Remastered when it first launched. I thought surely there was no way that a game of this scale would be playable on the Steam Deck. I was clearly wrong. I mean, not only did it work well, but I sunk more time than I'm willing to admit into the game. You play as Spider-Man. I mean, you sling webs, you swing through the streets of New York City, and experience a rather compelling story, honestly. The fighting mechanics feel great, and the game is just a lot of fun to play. It comes highly recommended, and at 40% off, I mean, you can't beat that. Next up is Cyberpunk 2077. Now, Cyberpunk has come a long way since its initial and, quite frankly, disastrous launch. I mean, it's now actually a game worth playing, which I never thought it would get to that point. Cyberpunk is an open-world action-adventure Western RPG set in Night City. You play as a mercenary entrapped in an all-or-nothing fight to survive. The game plays well on deck, though I have had some weird performance issues with it from time to time. It's 50% off right now. It's an easy purchase if you're looking for a game with an intriguing story and enthralling mechanics.
Next up, we have Hades. This is the first Hades, not the new one. I'm a huge fan of Supergiant's games, and this has captured the attention of so many Steam Deck players. Hades was ranked in the top 10 most played games on Steam Deck last month. At 60% off, Hades is an excellent, practically endless title with an expansive story. And just a little personal plug, Gardiner and I have played this game on our Steam Deck on stream so many times.
Next up, Spelunky. It's hands down my favorite roguelike. You're an adventurer plumbing the depths of a procedurally generated world. You have a journal of your adventures, which gets filled as you encounter new and challenging enemies and items. Spelunky is tough as nails, controls are tight and precise, but also unforgiving. Spelunky takes practice, and it expects you to get good before it will reward you with success. If you're new to the game, good luck making it out of the caves on your first few runs. During the summer sale, Spelunky is 75% off, coming in at a mere $3.74. If you like a challenge and infinite replayability, Spelunky is the game for you. Now, no list of mine would be complete without some mention of the Doom franchise. That's why I recommend Doom 2016. It's still a graphical and gameplay powerhouse. The first entry in the contemporary franchise is still packed to the gills with adrenaline and fun. You slay demons, amass your arsenal, and protect Earth from the hellish horde. Right now, Doom is 80% off, and it's worth every penny in my book. If you're looking for a fast-paced, intense, and highly optimized FPS, look no further than Doom. Celeste is a personal, introspective story coupled with an incredibly satisfying 2D side-scrolling adventure. The controls are tight, the story is riveting, the pixel art is absolutely beautiful, and the music is simply amazing. Celeste reminds me of other innovative platformers like Braid, where every level introduces a new, unique twist on the gameplay that adds challenge and flavor. At 90% off, Celeste is only $1.99 right now. If you're looking for a platformer and you're on a budget, Celeste is that game. Now, if you like puzzle games and you haven't played Portal 2 before, you're in for one of the best story-driven puzzlers of all time. Right now, it's 90% off. It features the voice talents of Ellen McLean, Stephen Merchant, J.K. Simmons, and D. Bradley Baker. And with a cast like that, it's also one of the funniest games I've ever played. The gameplay is simple, just get to the exit of each puzzle. And you have a gun to assist you that opens portals in specific surfaces. These portals are linked to each other, so when a speedy thing goes in, a speedy thing comes out. The game is 99 cents right now. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain by playing Portal 2. Okay, I've saved an oldie but a goodie for last. Middle-earth: Shadow of War. Now, this is the sequel to Shadow of Mordor, which I reviewed way back in the day. If you ever watched my channel back then, you might remember this one because it was pretty epic. Middle-earth: Shadow of War is set in, as the name might imply, Middle-earth, and your goal is to conquer Mordor and confront Dark Lord Sauron and his minions. Now, I played Shadow of War on my Steam Deck just a little while ago, and it was still really fun. The mechanics of the game are quite unique, and it's a shame that they patented the enemy system, or the nemesis system, because I want to see this in more games. I highly recommend Shadow of War, and since it's 95% off right now, the game is just $2.49. Alright, well that was like 16 must-have titles for the Steam Deck. Did I miss your favorite though? Leave me a comment and let me know. If you believe in the work that I'm doing here, you can support this channel and help us grow with a monthly contribution over on Patreon. There's a link in the pinned comment. You can also check out my controller compatibility guide for Steam Deck here, and maybe watch my really old Shadow of War review. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.